Okay. Hi, Barry. How are you?
I'm doing good, Doug. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for coming on. Nice to have you with us. So, you're the CEO and founder of a company called InitiateU. Is that correct?
That's right. Initiate you.
Okay. You're also author, best-selling author of Million Dollar Identity. Did you write that under a different name? Because I didn't see your name on the cover.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't make the cover. Maybe next round I'll make the cover. It's actually a series of books, and I believe it's a total of 15 different authors that participated in that book, and so I'm one of many authors that contributed one chapter of the book.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah,
let's talk a little bit about your
some bigger
company.
names than me.
Let's talk a little bit about your company. So, Initiate You is an advertising agency.
Correct. Yeah, we're an advertising agency. Been in business since January of 2019, and that's what we do. We try to initiate you to pick the phone up, right, or to get more business. That's the reasoning behind the name that I came up with.
Is this internet advertising?
It's so we do digital marketing. That's not been what my niche has been. I mean, my niche has been direct mail for the past 8 years. That's kind of how I built the business and built my client base. Initiate You has never really advertised the fact that we're an advertising agency. So word of mouth has been great for me, and it's helped me, evolve to where we're at, currently. So yeah, that's direct mail is really what got us to where we're at. We now started delving deeper into the digital marketing realm and doing some Facebook, Instagram, and GMB or Google My Business advertising as well.
Who are your clients typically?
My clients, so I started the business with the small scale client, maybe the 1 to 2 man show entrepreneur business. Um, Really, what I became good at was getting somebody's order or working with somebody who didn't really know what they wanted to do, but knew they needed to do something. And sometimes they didn't have the best cash flow. So those people would come to me late in the week on a Wednesday and ask me if I could get a campaign out on Friday. I was able to accomplish that. And so that was really how I was able to form my business and start getting a good basis for my clients. My clients now are small to medium size. I've got, Mutual of Omaha is one of my clients. Obviously, they're a very large bank. Amerisave is another one of my clients. So those are some very large financial groups that I do advertising with as well. I do advertising for, shall I say?
When you said direct mailing, so you mean actual like snail mail, post office in your
Yeah,
mailbox?
like yep, the stuff that comes in the old mailbox, right? Yep,
Okay.
that's what it is.
I haven't been to my mailbox in so long because everything has gone online, but I didn't know that was still viable.
Yeah, oddly enough, it still is. I mean, it's funny you say that because I was speaking to somebody during the pandemic. It was a friend of mine, and she said that she caught herself going to the mailbox twice in a day. She didn't realize that she'd been to the mailbox, and just quite frankly, back in the good old days, we were always looking for something in the, a pen pal or something, a letter from somebody to arrive in the mail. So yeah, it's definitely um, gone away for some of, but there's definitely from, a little bit older, 40s to 60s, 70s, all of these individuals that more than likely still enjoy getting something out of the mailbox.
Okay. Is that expensive to do that? Because you've got to print
It
everything and
is.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's the most expensive type of marketing. But what we found with digital or with direct mail is simply the fact that it converts at a lot higher rate. Just kind of give you an example with digital marketing, which I've been, of course, selling against for most of my career. With digital marketing, somebody's going online, somebody's then submitting their information, their phone number, and then you're getting that lead in your inbox, and then it's up to you to call that lead and just hope that that person is on the other end of the phone. that person on the other end of the phone, when you're calling out to them, I mean, they could be driving. They might not be in a situation where it's easy for them to write down any notes or anything or spend 20 minutes on the phone with you. With direct mail, these individuals that are actually picking, going to the mailbox, pulling out the mail, separating what they, don't want, what they do want, and then, of course, making a phone call into the phone number. And then normally when they make that phone call, those individuals, have went ahead and separated that 10 or 20 minutes that they're going to sit on the phone to whoever they're making that phone call to, right? So what we found is that the lead coming in, they're calling in, they're more relaxed and they're just a lot easier to convert and less rushed. And so that's why it's my clients find it to be a lot better lead than a digital marketing lead. However, a lot more expensive, but the conversion rate is a lot higher than the digital marketing leads.
Yeah, I think if you actually have something in your hand, you might take a look at it. Where if something flashes up on your screen, the tendency would be just to ignore it and move on. It's too
Right.
quick, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, that makes sense. Let me switch over to the book a little bit. So the book is called Million Dollar Identity, and you said that you contributed one chapter. What is the book about, basically?
The book is a collaboration of entrepreneurs, just really digging into their story and describing what the one real thing is that has led them to the success that they've had.
Okay, so it's just your story then, basically.
Well, it's more than that. It does. I delve into my story. I touch into my story a bit. I then also delve into what got me to where I am today. And so I attribute a lot of what has got me to where I am today with just being very open and able to talk to people, regardless of their personality types. I've gotten very accustomed to adjusting to the different personality types, and through a limited career in acting as a child to some communication courses, and of course just trial and error. I've been able to build relationships, which has allowed me to then, really network to build up the type of client base that I've been able to attribute to my success with InitiateU.
What were you doing before Initiate You?
What was I doing before InitiateU? So I was actually a loan officer before InitiateU, and so I didn't like actually having to, meet somebody, of course, sell them a mortgage and process it with them. And then at the end of 30 days after that process is done, I'd end up having to then again meet another batch of people, call it a pipeline, if you will, 3 to 5 loans a month. I always had a goal that I was reaching for. And so I really didn't enjoy that process being a loan officer. However, I did make great money doing it. I prefer, building relationships with people and then, and hanging on to them really, not just finding a new batch of people every 30 days. So that's kind of what led me to, okay, well, if I can make the phone ring for, call it my friends, loan officers, then, and they have an expectation that I'm able to set and I'm able to obtain, then there's no reason for them to go out and get another advertising agency because I've helped, I'm effectively successful in getting them the amount of calls or leads from the advertising I'm doing, and then subsequently they'll continue ordering or placing orders with my advertising agency. So that way kind of it made me feel a lot more fulfilled, being that I'm working with people that I've known for quite some time. I've got clients that I've worked with for over 10 years, that at one point I worked side by side with in the mortgage industry. So that's what I did prior, and why I kind of segued into the advertising and marketing space.
Okay. I'm just curious, when you're working with mortgage loans, what's the rejection rate averagely?
The rejection rate. So you mean
Well, like for
call,
every 10 applications you get.
pretend I would say that we should, or the loan officer should probably be able to convert between 8 to 13%. Um, you know, calls to actual funded loans.
Okay. So the others would be
So 1 in
rejected
10,
because of poor credit or unverifiable
one thing or
income.
another. They just didn't want to move forward.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to wind this down. Thanks so much for coming on. Can you give out your website, please?
Sure, absolutely. It's www.initiateu. That's INITIATE, and then the letter U dot life. And then you can also follow me on Instagram at Male Guy Gabster. That's at Male Guy Gabster. And or you can call me directly on my cell phone if you're looking for any advertising needs at 949-400-1102. And that's how you reach out to me. Appreciate your time very much and for having me on, Doug.
Oh, you're welcome. So the book is available through your website?
The book is available through Amazon. You can also get it at Barnes and Noble online, not through my website. I haven't set it up to do that yet. But yes, it is available through Amazon. We have, like I said, like you said earlier, we made Wall Street Journal's bestseller, Amazon bestseller, Barnes and Noble top 10, and also top 10 for USA Today. I definitely advise you to take a look at it, read my chapter, let me know what you think, and then maybe we could talk again.
Okay,